So I'm going to take you guys through all the key factors around what you need to learn how to throw the shot put. So the first thing that we're going to cover is the grip and how to hold the actual shot. The second thing that we're going to learn is you're going to get how you have to take a standing throw, okay, and some of those main points around the standing throw, okay. And then we're going to take the standing throw position and actually apply that with the grip and into the release. And then we're going to give you the full throw and you're going to piece it all together. So this is something that I like to do with our beginners, but a lot of the principles that you're learning today, we'll do with kids that are in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, and then we'll recap these over and over all the way up to our athletes that go to the Olympics. So these are some real key basics that we have to master over and over and over again. Now, if you're a female in high school, you're going to be throwing a 4-kilo implement in the United States. If you're a male, you're going to be throwing a 12-pounder. If we're in middle school, typically we will see a 4K or an 8-pounder. And in some states, there might be a 3-kilo, which is 6.6 pounds. So if you're in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, you might have a variable with the weight that you're going to be throwing. It could be a 6-pounder in middle school, it could be a 6.6 pound, it could be an 8-pounder, it could be a 4-kilo, which is 8.8 pounds. So you've got to figure out, based off of that, which implement that you're going to be dealing with. But it doesn't change the grip, okay? It doesn't change how we hold and place the shot. And that's what we're going to cover first, is we're going to go over that specifically. So I've got a 16-pound shot here, and we want to think about having a bridge on the hand, okay? So we want to have that bridge on the hand, and the shot, we want to rest on the top part of that bridge covering your fingers. Okay, so the whole goal that I really like to communicate is that eventually when we put the implement into our neck, the thumb stays down. And when we release, the thumb stays down. Okay, so the fingers can be together, the thumb stays down. And we want to have that shot on the bridge of our hand. Okay, we don't want to have it in the palm. So if you're watching right now, I want you to practice having the thumb holding this as a little bit of a guide. I want the fingers together here, and I want it to sit. This is a nice easy drill that you can use to have it sit on the top part of the bridge. And then we can just get through this position where we start to play around throwing it for height, and you can start to even just get that little flick. That's a really good drill to use as a beginner to get that feeling. Now, the second thing, now that we know that grip and how to hold the shot, is where are we going to place it? We want to think about placing it anywhere between, right behind the ear. Some people like to put it a little bit deeper. Some people like to put it almost right at the crook of the jawbone. Ideally, with the rotational shot, you would put it right here, almost like around the back of the jawbone and behind the ear, okay? And when we place that back there, we want this elbow to stay high. When the elbow stays high and we recap that grip, now the grip that we had, the position we were holding, and how we're placing that into our neck helps hold with the thumb down. So it would appear like this if I didn't have my shot. Okay, so I want to get here. I can recap the bridge, the thumb. I can get that elbow in, and I can place that right there. Okay, and now I'm pushing that into my neck. So the big factor now, once you put that into your neck right there, if you're a beginner, the elbow stays up. The elbow stays up. We don't want to drop this elbow because ultimately you're going to take that elbow down and the shot will come off the neck. So the elbow stays up. Now we're going to get to the stance. Okay, so you can see here we're in a shot put circle. And fortunately for us, we've got a net that we can throw into. You guys could do this on a sidewalk. You guys could do this into a net. You guys could do this in a shot circle. You could use this on a football field. Anywhere that you could think of, you can start to learn how to throw the shot, okay? Now, I like beginners to keep it simple, okay? I want to get to the front, and this is going to be based off of the rotational shot. And if you're a beginner, you're day one, you could be 8 years old. I want you to learn the spin. You could be 10. I want you to learn the spin. 12-year-old, I want you to learn the spin. You can do it. Coaches, you can have your young kids learn the spin just from doing this. So we're gonna get set, and I actually want our feet equal, okay? I want our feet equal right here. If you notice, my right foot is equal with my left. Now, here are my hip bones. So my feet are slightly wider than my hip bones, okay? Now remember, the whole goal was that we had the shot on the palm of the hand. We place the shot here. That's where we want the position to hold. Elbow stays up. Now, if I'm a right-handed thrower and I'm throwing this way, I turn 90 degrees. My feet are equal, okay? So I'm going, looking 90 degrees here. And then ultimately, I want to go here to 180 degrees. And when I think about this, I want my left shoulder at 180 degrees back, okay? I want my right shoulder behind my right butt. I want my knee bent and my heel up. Feet stay equal here, okay? Now, what this would look like from the side right here is that when I go to this point, this knee might be open with some athletes. It might be here right now for you. I want it to be a little bit more in the middle. Still stay facing here, and I just come back, okay? And all we want to do is turn and throw, okay? We're going to just go here, turn, throw. And remember, we want to think elbow stays up, thumb stays down. Elbow stays up, thumb stays down. Turn to 180, throw. A lot of people, trust me on this, guys. Okay, guys, so you're learning how to take that first throw with the shot put. You're learning that placement. You're learning how to hold, keep that elbow up, that thumb down. We have a course specifically for you. It's known as the Learn to Spin in 30 Days Shot Put course. All you guys have to do is click that first link down in the description, the pinned comment. Head over to throwsuniversity.com and you guys can pick up the Learn to Spin in 30 days. You're gonna take your first confident, nice, technical throw with the spin by learning how to spin off of our course, that Learn the Spin in 30 Days course. Now let's get back to the video. We've had athletes go from middle school to becoming state champions to becoming NCAA All-Americans. A lot of coaches will spend days upon days learning this part. We just need to turn and throw. It is not that complex, okay? It's get set, you got the stance, you got the grip, you got the placement, you just turn and throw. And the whole point now is that we want to go forward. So if this is a nice easy, I would get here, I'm here, elbow stays up, turn, throw. Haven't thrown a shot in a while. So it's simple. Turn, throw, okay? That's all you need to do to throw your first throw. You just took your first stand. You had the placement, you had the grip, you had the elbow high, okay? Now, I'm gonna go through the last part here because we wanna go through this a couple times where we can take, let's say, 5 to 6 standing throws. And the whole thing I want you to remember is that what we just did, okay, the standing throw is the ultimate goal. That's where we want to get to. That's our end point. That's the last point we want to get to, right here, like this. I'm here, boom, okay? We're gonna get to that position. Now, I'm gonna teach you the spin, and we're gonna teach it the easiest way possible that you guys can do today. The same position I was in, if you remember, I said, guys, this is where I'm at when I'm taking my stand. Feet are equal, left shoulder comes back, turn, throw, okay? Same position in the back. Feet a little bit, these are my hip bones, feet a little bit wider. Elbow up, level now, okay? And this is where we're going from. And so now all we've got to do is we take the same position that we had in the standing throw and we go to the back of the circle. And I'm facing in the back. I'm going to be throwing that way. And now all I have to do, the whole point here is I want to keep this elbow up and level with the left arm. Okay? Simple. And remember, guys, have grace with yourselves. Recognize that this isn't gonna look perfect, but we could start where we just go, right goes around the left to the middle. Left comes around the right to the front. Now I'm back here, right comes around the left, okay? So let's recap this. Right comes around the left, left comes around the right, left comes down, now my right comes around the left forward. So that simple cue, right around the left around the right around the left on the finish, it just looks like this. Long, step, step. Now remember, I want to hold that left shoulder. Okay, so it's step, step. Now I'm back to that power position, turn, throw. Over time, give yourself 1,000 throws, 2,000 throws. It'll get to the point where you're boom, boom, and you're a little bit more snappy. You get down, you have that shoulder back, you got more speed. But we're learning everything from the beginning. We started with how you're gonna hold it. We showed you where to place it. We took that into the stance. We took that power position into how to throw from the power position. And then we just go through this wide, down, around, forward, okay? Right around left, left around right, right around left. I also like to put chalk marks where my feet are. So you can put a chalk mark here, chalk mark here, chalk mark right here, chalk mark here, throw, okay? There's a couple key easy ways. We got a lot of other videos that'll help you with that, but start off with how you hold it, how you place it, how you take that standing throw, take a couple full throws, and you can learn how to throw the shot put with a rotational technique as easy as possible. We have our Learn to Spin in 30 Days course that will help you guys master the spin in 30 days. You're gonna get to the point where you're gonna feel confident using this every single day for 30 days. Okay, so click that first link in the description, head over to throwsuniversity.com, pick up the Learn to Spin in 30 Days course. It's gonna take you from just learning this first step that we just showed you to taking that full throw with tons of confidence. I hope this helped you guys, and I want to see you drop some bombs. Peace.